vlog and immediately starting this week's vlog. So, hi, how are ya? How you doing? Happy Halloween week. I'm all decked out in my spooky season attire, and I will be wearing this shirt for pretty much the entire week. I have had a lovely day so far. I went out and did some errands. I'm going to a Halloween party on Saturday, I think. So I needed a costume, and my friend and her husband that I'm going with, they're going as Mario characters. So I was going to be Toad, but I may have procrastinated getting a costume, and now all of the reasonably priced Toad costumes are long gone. So I had to pivot. I was looking around the costume stores today and just trying to decide, and I found this one on clearance, and it's ridiculous, and I needed it. So for Halloween, I am gonna be Skating Ken from the Barbie movie, because I have a pair of shoes. I'm obviously not gonna wear rollerblades, but I have a pair of like silver pearlescent shoes that would match this outfit so perfectly. And I would also love to be the pink himbo of my dreams. So this is gonna be great. I've yet to try it on, but I will do so shortly. I really hope it fits. I got the XL, but you never know with these things. But it was on clearance for $35, so sounds good to me. And then after that, I went and got some groceries, and I went and got my flu shot and updated COVID vaccine. I've actually never gotten the flu shot before in my life. Every year I always mean to, and then just keep putting it off. I had a friend go recently and get theirs done, and I was like, oh, yeah, I should do that. That would be a good thing to do. So I've done that today. Reading updates. So for the moment, I am currently reading Must Love Moss and Moonshine by Maisy Magill on my Kindle, and I'm currently 53% of the way through and having a pretty good time with this one. It is a cozy fantasy romance about a dryad and an elf-ish lady. I'm not really sure what she is. I forget. The elf character has lost her memories after getting lost in the dryad's woods that he is the guardian of. So he's helping her to try and regain her memories, and of course the two of them are falling in love in the meantime. It's very cute, very cozy. I'm reading it very slowly. It's just over ebook, and this is just the book that I'm picking up whenever I'm somewhere where it's too loud to have an audiobook going. So it's a slow read, but I am enjoying picking my way through that one. And then I've also finally started Vengeful by VE Schwab. I'm currently on page 88 and having the best time with it. This is so good. It's really fast-paced, really interesting. I can't wait to dive back into it now that I finished all of my errands for the day. I need to finish editing last week's vlog, and then after that, this is my plan for the rest of the night, and I can't wait for it. Hopefully it'll be a fun week. Aside from the Halloween party though, I don't think I have much else going on. But Halloween is on Friday, and my roommate and I are going to carve some pumpkins and watch scary movies and hand out candy and that kind of thing. So it's gonna be a great time. Oh, actually, I should decorate right now while this I'm still up. I've been meaning to decorate for like 3 weeks and just haven't gotten around to it. And now Halloween is in like 4 days, and I have yet to do that. So maybe I'll go and do that real quick. One more thing, I forgot, I'm also currently reading All Hallows by Christopher Golden. This is a horror set on Halloween night in the 1980s and just follows a bunch of families in this community while they all have complete breakdowns in their personal lives, and there's also some creepy thing with flames for eyes killing people. I don't know, it's fine. It sounded really interesting, it sounded fun, and I've read a book by this author before that is still one of my all-time favorite horrors. It was so scary. I can't think of the title, but I'll put a picture up here. But this author wrote the scariest book that I've ever read, so I figured a book that is set on Halloween night and like all these cool things would have been epic. And it's not. It's getting really good. Like the part where I'm at right now is interesting. I'm like 80% of the way through it right now, and everything before this has basically just been family drama. And now that the scary stuff is actually here, I'm no longer interested like at all, but I'm finishing it because I'm so close to the end that I might as well. But yeah, this one is a bit of a letdown, but that's all right. You can't win them all. It's at least atmospheric in a way. I don't know, whatever. I decided to go on a cute little photo walk tonight. Oh look, there's a squirrel. And yeah, I've got one camera, the one that I'm testing out from work right now, the Sony A7 IV. I've got my film camera, 35mm, the Canon AE1, and then I also have in my pocket the point and shoot, very old school Canon G9 that I'm just having fun with. This is obviously not good quality compared to the other two, but it is very fun and I like it. So I am all camered up and ready to go in this lovely little woodsy area near my house, and yeah, having a good time. For the weekly fruit review. So pardon the shitty lighting, but you're going back in the fruit bowl today. So while I did not technically go to the gym, oh god, are you gonna sit there nicely? So while I did not go to the gym today, I did go on a hike and I reached my 8,000 steps. So as my reward, I went and got kumquats. I've never had these before. This tin was $8, which is why I've never had them before. But getting myself a funky, overpriced fruit is my reward for usually my first gym visit of the week. But I'm gonna count my little mini hike because cardio counts. So I think you're just supposed to eat these whole as is. Let me just wash that. So let's try kumquat. I'm excited about it. Ooh, just tastes like an orange. That is delicious. I love it. Is it worth $8? Not really, but I'm happy to have tried it. Good morning and happy Thursday. It is a gloomy day out there and I have to update real quick because I do have to run to work, but I have a couple of updates actually. So first of all, update on the current read, just backwards, with Vengeful. I am now on page 158 and having a really good time with it. This is so fast-paced and interesting and is completely blowing me away. I can't wait to continue and see where things go from here. I love the jumping between timelines and going from, 4 weeks ago and then it's 5 years ago and then it's 25 years ago. It's just so interesting and keeps me super engaged. So yeah, having a great time with this one as expected and very much looking forward to carrying on with this one. I do have a very busy couple of days ahead of me, so this might take me a few days to get through, but there is nothing that I want to do more than read this book. So that's the current read right now. Must Love Moss and Moonshine I haven't really touched in a couple of days, aside from, a handful of pages here and there, but no thought updates on that one at the time being. Otherwise, I finished All Hallows by Christopher Golden yesterday. Was that last night? Yeah, that was last night. And it was fine. It had really good promise. I liked the premise of it. Things did get fairly creepy, but by the time the scary stuff came in, I no longer gave a single shit about the plot. It was significantly too much family drama. I really didn't care about these people's affairs and school bullies and whatever else was going on. It was not that interesting to me, but this could have been so good, and I'm sad that it wasn't. But I gave it a 2.5 star. It's at least one more book to go towards my stats for the year, so there's that. I don't know. And then finally, yesterday, I started Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except for Me, and I just finished it this morning while making breakfast, and this was pretty good. I liked book one a lot better. I thought it was better written and more interesting. This book was entertaining for sure. I liked the characters quite a bit, but plot-wise, I kind of lost me, to be honest. The plot wasn't really sticking in my head. I didn't fully understand what was going on most of the time. I was just kind of along for the ride and enjoying the humor of it, but it was still a good read and I'm glad that I picked it up. I already kind of forgot the ending, even though I just finished it like maybe 20 minutes ago. So definitely not the most memorable read, but it was definitely a fun one. I will give it that. So I think that's it for the updates for the time being. I will be starting another audiobook later on today. I'm just not sure which one yet. And also I realized today I was looking at my spreadsheet going through my stats that I am so incredibly close to beating my record for best month of reading. I'm already tied for number of books read, but my page count is a little bit less, and I'm so close to getting over 7,000 pages read this month, so I obviously want to do that because my current best month of the year, was that back in April, I think it was, where I read 6,950 pages and didn't realize that I was that close to 7,000 until it was too late for me to go back and do anything about it. But this month, I am so close. I forget where I'm at, but I need to read like 300 pages to get me over that threshold. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make myself do it. I don't know how or what I'm gonna read, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I am determined to cross that threshold this month. So consider this a end of the month cramming vlog in the style of Jan. I'm sure the majority of people who watch book 2 probably know of Jan, but in case you don't, I'll leave one of her cramming vlogs linked below, as this whole video is now inspired by her. So wish me luck over the next couple of days. I somehow have to cram in another like 300 to 400 pages on top of having to get at least halfway through Vengeful, because I will only count books towards my current month stats if I read more than half of it in that month. So I have to read a couple hundred pages of this and then an extra 300 or 400 pages on top of that in like 2 days, when I also have plans. So I have tonight free, but tomorrow is Halloween, so I'm going to be spending it with my roommate. So I have no idea how I'm going to make this work, but I'm going to figure it out. Anyways, I gotta head to work. I'm going to pick an audiobook to start right now while I am finishing up getting ready. And yeah, we'll see where things go. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed that I can accomplish this goal. So many things to update you on. I've read so many books this week, and my last birthday book haul book has arrived. But I need to go to bed. I don't have time to give you the update that I need to give you. I just got back from a Halloween party, and I'm a little bit drunk, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have to be at a staff meeting for 9 tomorrow. So I need to go to bed. But I will update later. Also, aren't I cute? I look so cute as Skating Ken. I am chubby Skating Ken from the Barbie movie, and I love that. Did I have a successful couple of days of cramming? Oh my god. I have no idea how I accomplished this, but I did in fact reach my goal of reading over 7,000 pages last month. I actually surpassed it and ended up with 7,100 and something. I crammed so hard. So the last we spoke I think was on Thursday, and between Thursday and Friday, just those 2 days alone before the first, I listened to the audiobook of How to Be a Good Savage and Other Poems, which was absolutely stunning. It was quite short, so I listened to the first half or so after I finished updating last and got on the bus, and then finished it on my lunch break at work. This was such a beautiful collection of poetry. I was completely blown away by it, and the audiobook is really the route to go because all of the poems are read in all 3 languages. It was a phenomenal read, and I highly, highly recommend that one. And then on Thursday evening, I ended up listening to the audiobook for A Mouthful of Dust by Nghi, the newest book in the, I always forget the name of the series, but the Cleric Chi. I always really enjoy these books. They are such a fun time. They're a perfect little slice of a story. Again, went the audiobook route for this one. As I always do, I just love listening to these stories. They really feel like they're meant to be listened to, and I think I gave that one 4 stars. And I had forgotten to mention, but actually on Wednesday I started reading Clown in a Cornfield, which I finished on Friday, I think, but that's for an episode of Page to Screen, so I'll leave my thoughts for that video. And then I think the last one that I read, so I had DNF'd the graphic novel The Low Low Woods last month. I got about halfway through it, I just wasn't really enjoying it. Mainly I was just really confused by it, but I hadn't stopped thinking about it. So I figured I would try it again. So between Thursday and Friday while I was at work, actually, it was a really slow couple of days. I just had the ebook on my phone. I restarted it and I finished it while I was at work, and I still didn't end up enjoying it actually. I probably could have left it at a DNF and been okay with that, but at least the curiosity was satisfied. I gave that one a 2.5 star. The art style was beautiful and I liked what it was going for. I just didn't quite get it. It was a pretty confusing plot, I found. I think those were all the books between those 2 days, which is just insane. Oh, and then also I finished Must Love Moss and Moonshine as well. That one I finished on the 1st, but because I read more than half of it in October, I still counted it towards my stats. This was fine. I was really enjoying it at first, but my enjoyment definitely went down over the course of the book. It was pretty cheesy, very predictable. The atmosphere stayed fantastic. That was definitely the best part of the book, but unfortunately the rest of it was just kind of okay. So I gave it a 3 star. And finally was Vengeful. I left it downstairs so I can't hold it up, but Vengeful by VE Schwab. Final thoughts on that will be in next week's vlog. But yeah, quick rapid fire update on all of the very many books that I read in the last couple of days. I also went to a Halloween party on Saturday and had a bunch of fun. I dressed up as Ken from the Barbie movie and my costume was a hit. It was great. My friend and I did get the entire party to very loudly sing the Barbie song by Aqua. And then Friday was actually Halloween and my roommate and I hung out. We watched the movie Twitches, which is one that we both loved as kids but just haven't seen in a very long time, and that movie still slaps. It was excellent. And then on Sunday we hung out again and did like one last little Halloween thing because I had bought us these like Halloween gingerbread house kind of thing, but they're made of cookies and Fruit Loops. But on Halloween night when we were supposed to do them, we totally forgot about them, so we did them on Sunday. Sadly, mine collapsed halfway through making it, but we still had a good time. And we watched Hotel Transylvania while doing that and had a lovely time. But yeah, that's been my weekend. Very busy, pardon the lack of updates, but I did not have the time to sit down and do a proper update. So here we are now having to very quickly review like 6 books in one go. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's vlog. So thanks a bunch for coming along. As always, I appreciate you. I hope you also had a fantastic week, and I will catch you in the next video.